week we will celebrate the 223rd anniversary of Father De Smet's birthday, but it's also the kickoff to National Catholic Schools Week, where schools all around the country celebrate the pride of their Catholic schools. But do you know the rich history of the Catholic and the Jesuits in St. Louis?
In 1818, Bishop de Burgh of St. Louis acquired 212 acres of land in Florissant and became known as Bishop's Farm. His hope was that the land would raise money for the diocese.
Rose Philippine Duchesne was born in France but had a lifelong dream of sharing the gospel with the people in the Americas. After becoming a nun, she traveled a long 70 days across the Atlantic. When she arrived in New Orleans, they sailed up the Mississippi to St. Louis to help Bishop de Burgh.
In 1819, they built a school and a convent for Mother Duchesne to run, and I'm standing in front of it.
Mother Duchesne spent most of her life here, running the convent and school for the Society of the Sacred Heart. She worked alongside Father De Smet at times.
This is where Mother Duchesne slept, in a nook under the staircase, adjacent to the chapel. She said she wanted to be as close to Jesus in the Eucharist as possible.
Today we are at the old St. Ferdinand Shrine. It is the oldest church and convent west of the Mississippi.
Pierre De Smet was only 20 when he left Belgium to come to the United States, wanting to help on the unknown American frontier. He joined the Jesuits and landed in Maryland in 1823.
At the time, the Missouri population was doubling, and in St. Louis there was about 30 to 40,000 Catholics. As the town grew, so did the need for priests in the area.
Bishop de Burgh reached out to the Jesuits and requested their help in serving as missionaries to the Native Americans in St. Louis and farther west in the Louisiana Territory.
In 1823, Pierre De Smet arrived to the Bishop's Farm. He studied at St. Stanislaus Seminary, though at the time, most of the buildings were built from logs.
These are the grounds of the former St. Stanislaus Seminary on Howdershell Road. It was established in 1823 on the Bishop's Farm. First as a school for Native Americans, was begun on the site and opened for 5 years. Eventually, the indigenous moved further south and west, so the school was converted into a Jesuit seminary for the novitiate.
This is called the Rock Building. It was built in 1840 from the limestone that was hauled from the bluffs of the Missouri River a few miles away. The walls are 3 feet thick. This became the main building for the seminary.
The Rock Building is on the National Register of Historical Places.